Come today to visit Hobbit Land, and here is Hugh.
Hello.
He's going to show us all around Hobbit Land once we've had a nice quart of coffee. So Hugh, I understand that you went on the El Camino walk last year.
Yes, I love to travel in the fall, and so I bicycled across Europe the year before, and I bicycled the Camino, but I felt like I was cheating, so I went back and walked it, and that's the sign. All across Spain for 1,000 kilometers, I followed these little arrows or the scallop shell, and it's pure magic because they're just painted, faded yellow paint on walls, on posts, and you don't need anything. You just follow these arrows and walk 20, 30 kilometers a day. It took me 5 weeks. But anyway, that's where that's from, Camino de Santiago.
And this was a cure, as you said, for consumerism.
Yeah, because consumerism is an addiction. And you can't break the addiction when you're inside the system. But when you walk for 4 weeks, carrying all your gear, you get you contact back with nature, and you break that consumerism because you don't want anything. You don't want to buy anything. You want to keep your possessions down to the bare minimum, and it changes you. So when you come back, you still have that magic with you. And so I look on the way to break consumerism, the habit, and that is the root cause of all the world's problems, is us in the West buying too much, and the resource depletion and everything follows from that. But to break that addiction, a long walk is the best thing.
Very good. So here we have the Hobbit house, and we'll take a little peek inside because it is the neatest place that I have ever seen. It is compact, as you can see, and it is full of all kinds of interesting things. And Hugh lives here year-round and heats with his wood stove and lives off a solar panel, and is down to absolutely bare bones, grassroots living, and it is amazing. And we're going to go and take a little walk over and see the Hobbit house. So perhaps as we're walking over, you could explain to me this idea of not anti-consumerism, but consumering down into a low-key lifestyle.
What I've been here 5 years now, and the first year was a life of voluntary austerity. I had 1 foot in the 19th century and a handhold on the 21st. So I had my solar panels, but the rest of it was a lot of 19th century living. And after the first year, what really surprised me is I learned that sustainability makes poor people rich. Because hydro, 1.4 kilowatts a day, free from the sun. I have my sauna, which I'll show you in a minute, free hot water, food from the garden, root cellar there. And so I had no bills. So I was still earning the same amount of money, but all the monthly bills are gone except for my little cell phone.
And it's not really a bad lifestyle at all, and eating healthy food and out in the fresh air, and
self-sufficiency is the wrong word. It really should be co-sufficiency. I'm a big advocate for building strong, vibrant communities. And so this is the outdoor party area where my neighbors can come and sit on rocks like old druids. And that's a pizza oven and for grilling. So I'm really keen to invite my neighbors and enjoy their company. I don't need it yet, but one day there'll be a windmill up there.
Ah yes, the mandatory cow's head.
It's a buffalo.
It's a buffalo.
It's a buffalo, yes. He's the guardian of the sauna. Anyway, this is the sauna. Having unlimited hot water is the most difficult thing when you're off the grid. But first thing I did was I dug a well. So I got all the water I need. There is water, never freezes, forevermore. So I drink that and I just have to wash it.
And of course you can't smell it in here, but it has the most wonderful smoky cedar, yeah, incredible smell.
This, it goes up to 50 degrees just with an armful of wood, because so you have to watch. You don't want to stay in too long. But when you have a sauna, you detox as well as get clean. So I would heat up water there, and then I'd stand in there and just ladle water on myself. So anyway, this unlimited heat, and that's a massage table. So it's what I like to do is do things entirely different from Martha Stewart.
Hey, well, shabby chic is coming back. You know, it's the in thing. Like thinking for yourself is the new black. Now I understand that you will come out for a fee and build one of these amazing raised beds.
This is very simple. I just use old cedar for a raised bed. My carrots are already coming up. It's 20th of April and I got carrots and I got onions coming up. But anyway, this is one garden. So it's all heritage seeds, soya, beans, tomatoes, lettuce. So I can feed myself. Water, really important. So I collected off that roof. That fills up that water tank and then gravity feed there, so it's less work for me. The water, number one. I don't know, we can get into the, I use the root cellar in the summer. Anywhere on the Earth's surface you dig, down 6 feet, it's 55 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, look at this. Here is an early toad or a leopard frog coming out from the snow.
Oh, my frog! That's my first frog.
Yeah, don't kill the frog.
Oh my gosh, you'd be cold.
Someone said they heard peepers the other day.
We may not get into here today. We'll come back.
No, she's still frozen shuttle. Oh, looks like gonna give it a little bit.
Dun, 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 dun. It's like the pyramids in Egypt. But if you go down there, you'll find another door. And there's a room in there. You won't have enough light to shoot. But anyway, that is my cool storage. And then I run electricity from another solar panel to there, as that one goes out.
Yes, I have to give you my design for hiving up wayward bees that would otherwise die when the hive splits.
So that's just a shed. You need sheds. So that's
This is a stuff shed, a drive shed.
Yes.
A drive shed.
a drive shed. I moved that from the next door farm. I just took it apart and rebuilt it. Anyway, this is my second Hobbit house.
A Hobbit house. Now, I don't know if you can quite catch the character of this. And of course you've got to duck a little bit as you go through into the Hobbit house.
This is the Hobbit house. So this is a spare room, be a guest room. There's libraries everywhere. That's my horse. So then we go into the next. This is the artist studio. The artist just moved out, but and that's the power. So 250 watts coming in. Turn to AC.
Oh, there you go. Could have been a troubled soul.
Grabbing, yes.
Or getting run through with a blade of light.
Yes, it's different art.
Anyway, this is the most amazing spot. I can see how you'd be totally inspired in here. I can feel the energy. Now look at this. Now there is no square or straight walls or doors. And you know, I don't know if you know this, but in the Middle Ages they were very superstitious.
Evil travels in a straight line.
Well, if you look at some of the older churches in England, the corners had looked like little lumps of cement.
Yes.
They were actually designs to stop the 90 degrees meeting in that corner, because evil is trapped in corners, and you can see
Yes.
there's not one scrap
There's
of evil.
nothing. No evil
in this
here.
corner. It's amazing. As I say, you can immediately feel the energy. You can feel how warm it would be, because you hardly hear any echo.
No,
It feels like your voice is being damped down.
So we got one more room to go to. So here is this thyme. That's 250 watts, and that I never run out.
Well, you know, there's so much that is 12 volt now that you can get. 250. Now, how much would you pay for a 250 watt?
$1,500 for this, the battery, big huge battery, and the inverter. You know, all the wiring, the circuitry. So that's cheap.
Oh, it is.
Forevermore. And so it's a local contractor who set it up for me. This is the guest room. So you got their own cooker. Yeah, I'm gonna put another window in there when it opens, but you know, nice. I had to save these old buildings. They were told you could see through the walls, so I fixed them up, chinked them, put a floor in, put a ceiling in.
Now, I don't know if you can see, but this is ancient cedar, still solid, still good wood. There's a couple of little wormholes, but you can see how cedar is a natural aromatic and keeps out bugs and pests, and is a terrific insulator. These walls must be about a foot thick, and I see the hobbits have been out to play.
Hobbits there. And
These are so cute.
That's the tool room. All the nails. Everything's recycled. Everything's second hand. My black and gold. I have a compost business where I compost manure with red wriggler worms, and then I sell it in the market. But this is my black gold, and there's my worms. This was manure a year ago, and now you see it's ready. It's ready for growing. It's the best.
It's absolutely incredible. I use it myself. It's all organic.
And I collect farm equipment, so I got 2 tractors, so I can do all the ploughing and tillage when I want to. When I'm ready to do bits.
This is such a beautiful time of year when everything's just starting to come back, different colour. I'm ready for a colour change.
This was an old barn foundation, so it's a sun trap. So it's a totally different growing zone, southern growing zone than up on top. And that gives me a head start. Well, you can feel the heat difference. So tomatoes will go down, the stone, the rock goes off the heat. Thyme, growing there, different herbs. And then I'll do beans, but I'll be able to plant very soon.
Oh yeah, you can definitely feel it's a lot warmer here. A lot warmer.
Open the door.
And of course this is a south-facing bank.
Everything's south-facing, it's just warm. So this is the greenhouse. There's spinach coming up, lettuce here. Garlic took off on its own. But this is, you need something like this to extend the season.
And of course you got a natural heat sink.
Natural heat, yeah, it's perfect. The whole thing it was crying out for a greenhouse. And it's all scrap, timber, brass. And then I wanted to show that you could grow stuff on concrete. So imagine this was a city pavement.
Mm-hmm.
These are just put on concrete, and I just put my black gold down, and I get fabulous crops. But it shows this could be the inner city. And I use junk gold to discarded rails for the frames, wire them together. It's really, really simple. But something as little as that got a fabulous crop of green peas. So you don't need land to grow food. You can just grow it on concrete.
Well, and of course the other thing is you can do what I'm doing at my place, right on the limestone, which is essentially concrete, is hugelkultur, burying wood. Ta-da!
So that was just it was an old barn foundation, and there must have been a well there. So I just put the metal in, and oh, my vineyard is. I'm not going to get any wine for a little bit. I don't know if the bears or the deer were climbing on it, but they trashed it. Like collapsed.
Yeah, they'd be looking for that sweetness out of the frost.
So I have to rebuild my greenhouse. Anyway, this will be lettuce again. It's such a sun trap. It's really warm. Wind is half the temperature drop is caused by wind. So having a place like this surrounded by stone out of the wind is really good.
Oh, there's easily a 5-degree difference. Easily, you can feel it.
That's garlic. I just uncovered that a day ago, so it's still greening up. Garlic's really important. It's easy to grow, and it cures you of all diseases. So I'm big garlic fan.
Yeah, you and me both.